Welcome back, Rellism Sports Talk, episode 71. We're going to be talking about one of the big-time storylines. Of course, you know it's going to be the Super Bowl and the recap what happened with all that. We're going to talk about that, ins and outs of the game. We're going to talk about the halftime show. We're going to talk about the winning quarterback's legacy now. Of course, we got to do a Pharrell Award for the dumb running back doing dumb things again. And then we're going to get back into more big-time storylines that we'll talk about on the Raw show with the fellas. I'm going to talk about it first here so y'all can hear my take in case they won't let me speak on the Raw show. You know I'm going to speak on the Raw show. But anyway, we'll talk about NFL free agency. So I got a list of free agents that I think that are going to matter. You know what I'm saying? I didn't go through all the linemen and all that, but we know they do matter. We're going to talk about QBs, whether they're going to stay or go. And then NBA talk. Finally, NBA talk. It's finally time to talk NBA. We're going to talk about the top 10 teams in each East and West since the All-Star game is this weekend and the dunk contest and all that. That's usually when I get into the NBA, yo. You know what I'm saying? Right around that time, especially since football's been legit, yo. We didn't have a clue who was going to win. Big ups to the Rams. I'm wearing my Stafford Lions jersey, so you know how we doing it. And big ups to Mark, who got me a Cooper Kupp jersey coming. What? Go ahead, Mark. I appreciate you, bro. So when we get into it, first thing we got to always start with, don't forget the podcast. We're on podcast. We're on YouTube, TV channel, our Facebook page, and then the merch. Check out everything, guys. Support local sports talk people in this community. We all doing it together. We having fun on the Raw show. We have fun on my show. We always got special guests popping in and out. You got to subscribe to be ready for when those episodes come. If you don't, you miss out. You know what I'm saying? Let's start off with the Super Bowl. Super Bowl. Did we like the game? Loved the game. Thought the game was very entertaining. At first, it started off, I was like, it was tense. I like the Rams. I like wanted Stafford to win. I wouldn't have been mad if they lost. You know what I'm saying? I still think he helped his legacy out by getting to that point. But I think getting over the hump might have enhanced some things. But starting it off, of course, OBJ. OBJ kicking nets, proposing the stuff, crazy hair, all this stuff going on. My man's about to have a baby, and OBJ seems like he done set him down. You know, I have always been an OBJ hater, it seems like. I mean, not a hater, but like, I don't know. I mean, I guess I've been real tough on him. But watching that game and watching him, he make the first touchdown. And then after he got hurt and was crying, and you can see the emotion on him, I gained a little more respect for OBJ. I gained a little bit more respect for him. And I'm happy that he contributed to the win. I'm happy he was a part of the winning. They didn't, when he went out, they looked confused. And that's when Joe Burrow's Cool Joe came. And I don't want to hear about this. They talk about, oh, he's not Cool Joe. Cool Joe was Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco was not. He had 1 year that he did that lucky in the playoffs and beat Denver and some lucky stuff, okay? Joe Burrow is going to be way better than Joe Flacco. Believe me. So I don't want to hear about that. But the thing I noticed the most about it, we'll get into all the nicks and crannies with the penalties and all that. The Rams could not run the ball. They couldn't run the ball. But they kept running the ball. They kept to their identity. They kept running the ball. You know what I mean? You see how teams like the Cowboys, not to mention teams, but the Cowboys, you know what I mean? They get panicky. They get scared, start speeding up their things, start doing different things, trying to, When the Bengals came back and then eventually took the lead, they still continued to run the ball. They didn't do much, but it ran the ball. It kept them honest. And then Cooper Kupp was ready to make plays. You know what I mean? Van Jefferson, I don't know, buddy. We'll talk about you later when we do free agency, but Cooper Kupp. And speaking of Cooper Kupp, when it mattered the most, Cooper Kupp, final 2 plays. Yeah, you got a penalty on one that people are going to question. We're talking about these penalties. I don't want to hear nothing about the Cooper Kupp penalty where they put it to the goal line on that third down. Yeah, it was a crucial play. It was. But they didn't call the face mask penalty out of halftime when Jalen Ramsey's whole face got ripped off. I don't want to hear no complaints about the penalties. No complaints about the penalties because it was barely any called, really. And then if you go talk about those two plays, hey, they offset. Offset, baby. They offset. Cooper Kupp. Put him in motion. They said, we're going to try to win the game. We're going to give it to our best player. And then he scored a game-winning touchdown. Boom. Cooper Kupp. That's what Sean McVay learned. I think Sean McVay learned that from losing the Super Bowl. He said, you know what? Why are we playing games? Games on the line. We need to go to our best player. We need to go to the guy who's MVP of the league, baby. I think so. I think so. And what did they do? And they won the game by doing that. On the other side of the ball, where we got young guys, young coaches, inexperienced. And Drew Harlow, me and you will speak on this. We said the keys to the game for the Bengals was who? Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon was not on the field for the last 2 plays of the game. Why would you put in Samaje Perine? Yeah, I know he's a third down back and catch the ball. Joe Mixon catch the ball. Joe Mixon can catch the ball, and he was killing. Joe Mixon can get yards after the catch. He can do things. He's already doing things. Why would he not even be on the field? He's not on the field at all. I don't know why. Last 2 games. So the Rams, they go to their best playmaker, Cooper Kupp, in the last 2 plays of their significant drive. On the other side, last 2 plays of their season. 3rd down and 1. He's out on the field. And then the last play where they're chucking it up when Aaron Donald, he's out on the field. Joe Mixon's out on the field. I think that has a lot to say something. I can't wait to hear what the fellas think about this because when I noticed that, I was like, yo, what is going on? What are y'all doing? Hey. Von Miller, I'll give it up. Tommy Von Miller played great. But when you're playing with Aaron Donald, you should play great. I'm not taking nothing from Kansas City. I'm not taking nothing away from Von Miller. Tom Brady. Tom Brady's a cow. Tom Brady killer. I don't want to hear that crap. But Von Miller is a special player. Are they going to re-sign him? We don't know. We'll talk about that later. I loved watching Jamar Chase and Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey is what a stud quarterback is all about. He was doing things, then Chase got that big play on him. And he was like, I own it, whatever. Gave it up. And then he was the one that got the face mask ripped off for the touchdown with T. Higgins. Whatever. He didn't complain. He's not yelling into people's faces. It didn't take him out of his head. He made plays down the stretch to win the game. That's what a professional star does. That's what experience does. He wants to win a Super Bowl. Jalen Ramsey, he needed to win a Super Bowl to cement his legacy, just like all the other stars on that defense. So I was impressed watching that. And I will say this, Jamar Chase is going to be scared. But I think Higgins is too. I ain't going back on my Higgins over Chase thing for 10 years. I'm not going back on that. Don't play with me. But, yeah, man, it was great. Great game. Fun, entertaining. Good one-on-one matchups. I loved it. MVP, yeah, some people said Miller. It was Donald or Kupp. Kupp wound up getting it. But I'll tell you what, Donald, 2.5 sacks. 3 big-time hits on Joe Burrow. And the last one of which, yeah, he didn't get a sack, but he was the one who made the play on Burrow to cause the errant throw. And did I see that happen some other place? Oh, yeah. He was the one who hit Jimmy Garoppolo and made him throw that interception to send him to the Super Bowl. Aaron Donald is official. And if there's an MVP for any team, it's Aaron Donald. It's Aaron Donald, period. Aaron Donald is what it is. They had 7 sacks. Yeah, Aaron Donald had 2.5. But he played a role in getting those others because he's on the field. That's what I think. That's my take on the Super Bowl. I like to hear what the fellas say about that when we get there. But now it's decision time. The Rams, you got to decide. You going to keep OBJ? You going to keep Von Miller? Or, hey, in free agency, when we talk about it later, there's some stars on the back end on your defense. I mean, you pulled Eric Weddle off the couch. Do you want to upgrade that? You want to upgrade your corner position? There's some guys out there. Or do you want to keep OBJ there? Remember, Robert Woods will come back. Von Miller, how much money is he going to ask for to stay? How much? There's some other guys that can take his spot. I don't know. That's the decision they got to make. The Bengals, your franchise is right there. the weapons that you have and everything else. But the thing about it is, you're the Bengals. You don't spend money. You don't spend no money. You're going to have to spend money. If you're not going to waste Joe Burrow and the talent that you have, there's tons of offensive linemen that's out there that you can grab. Tight ends out there that you can grab. And nothing against the tight end that y'all have. But you go ahead and get a tight end that's out there. There's some free agents out there, whatever. I mean, hell, Gronk already said he wants to play. He would play with Joe Burrow. Go ahead and make that happen. Because in your window, with all these rookie contracts you got, you can squeeze Gronk in with that right now. I would do it. I would put Gronk on there right now to try to win next year. That's what I would do. But, of course, people are talking this and that. Emotions are going. And who's going to retire? They talk about Sean McVay. Sean McVay retiring. I'm sorry, yo. You young. You in L.A. You're an attractive man in L.A. with a team, and you've been to the Super Bowl twice. You saying that because you want a payday. You want to get an upgrade on the paycheck. I'm not stupid, but that's smart. Why not? This is the hottest time you're going to have. You got to ring the show for it. You know what I'm saying? Look, the dogs are agreeing with me. Yeah, get that money. Roo, 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 get that money. Roo, 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 get that money. But on the other side, though, Aaron Donald said something about that. Aaron Donald? What? You only been in the league 8 years? 8 years. 7-time first team All-Pro. 8 Pro Bowls. Now we looking at like, is Aaron Donald the best defensive player ever? Blasphemy. It's Lawrence Taylor. Blasphemy. Is it? We're going to discuss that with the Raw fellas. Because I'm sitting here like, is he? I mean, is he? We'll talk about that. Stafford's legacy. I mean, I'm wearing a Stafford jersey. I'm a Stafford fan. You know what I mean? What's his legacy now? Now he has done what, when he was the number 1 pick, was set out to do. Now, granted, he got drafted by Detroit. And this is why I always say about stats. Stats can be manipulated by what you play with and who you play against. Matthew Stafford, a generational talent, was stuck in turmoil in Detroit. You give him some pieces, and now look. Now, granted, yeah, he had some star pieces, but I've seen star teams lose. I remember the Philadelphia Eagles, Vince Young was like, we got the super team. And y'all sucked. I saw LeBron and Wade and Bosh talk about not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not none of that. You know what I'm saying? Super teams are not always what it's about. But Matthew Stafford came through, and he won games. It wasn't like he was relying on something else. Yeah, Aaron Donald, Von Miller, these guys played their role. But Matthew Stafford came through on game-winning drives over and over again throughout these playoffs. I think he earned his due. I think he is a Super Bowl. I think he is a Hall of Famer now with that Super Bowl. Oh, his record's under 500. He's 86 and 95 and 1. Yeah, but he's also 12th in passing yards. And he's also 12th in touchdowns. And he has a ring. Yeah, but he's under 500. Well, there's 2 other guys in the Hall of Fame that are under 500. Sonny Jurgensen, as a Washington fan, I will let you know, he is under 500. He is 69, 71, and 7. How the hell you got 7 ties? What? 7 ties? But he got 7 ties. And better than that, Broadway Joe Namath is 62, 63, and 4. He's in the Hall of Fame. And you see him every Super Bowl, you see him in his fur coats. But he's in the Super Bowl, and he was ranked probably the worst quarterback to make it to the Hall of Fame. So you gonna tell me that Matthew Stafford don't belong now? Because he won 86 games in Detroit? With Detroit? Really? We'll talk about it on Raw too with the fellas. I'm telling you my take. It's my take. Stafford is a Hall of Famer. I want to hear it. You would have put him on one of them giant teams that Eli Manning won Super Bowls with? He'd be out there killing. He'd be out there killing. I guarantee there wouldn't be no average team winning. Put Eli Manning in Detroit. What happened? That's why his daddy complained and said, no, you're not going to the Chargers. No, I want you to be in the... Oh, I want to hear that crap. All these bums out here with fake rings that ain't done nothing. Matthew Stafford earned his keep, earned his keep with a sorry-ass franchise, and he won a Super Bowl and showed everybody, I am that dude. You just never gave me the options and the people around me to do it. And honestly, I'm scared that this might happen to Joe Burrow. Because if the Bengals don't want to spend money like they usually don't, he might wind up being just like that. I'm just saying. I'm nervous about it, man. That was the one reason I kind of wanted Joe Burrow to win. I wanted Stafford to win, but if I had a smidge, I'd be like, at least he's not going to go down that road in the Bengals and never get it because their organization sucks. Unless they step up and know what you got. Market this. Spend money to make money, Bengals. Spend money to make money. This ain't Marvin Lewis out here doing things. Let's go. So, that's my take on the Super Bowl. I don't want to run too much time. You know, we're already 15 minutes in. I got a lot of stuff to talk about. Halftime show. I think it's funny how the NFL already announced, like, we knew Eminem was going to kneel. And you weren't going to complain about it, especially with all the lawsuit going on and everything else. You think the NFL was going to say something about that? Hell no. Eminem probably walked up to them and was like, yo, I'm going to kneel. You got a problem with that? And they were... Because he had all the cards. He's holding all the cards right now with all the stuff going on. I think that was funny. Another thing I thought was funny was, what's up with 150 Cent? 150 Cent? I ain't dogging him, but he did look a little girthier, you know what I'm saying? I think he looked a little girthier than usual. Look, people text me, people going off, people are already mad. Don't get mad. Don't get mad about what I'm saying. Put it in the chat or get on the Raw show and talk about it. But why was 50 Cent even there? Why was Kendrick Lamar there? Why was that a holographic thing about Tupac being on there? They should have had some California love. And then all of a sudden this hologram just popped up like, I don't bail for out of jail, California dreaming. So as I stepped on the scene, I'm hearing Hoochie screaming. That's what should have happened. That's what it should have happened. Snoop ain't have no L in his hand. He ain't have no blunt. He's standing there like, yes, I'm the commercial now for da-da-da. I'm the innocent Snoop. Snoop's supposed to be out there with dark sunglasses on. You can't see his eyes. With an L in his hand doing things. They cleaned that up. So I just don't even know. And people talk about this is the best halftime show ever. Really? Did nobody see Prince's halftime show? Really? If you ain't seen it, Google that. Google Prince's halftime show. I mean, you talk about an artist. You talk about an artist that don't care about nobody else. He's doing what he feels comfortable doing and making history with it. Check out Prince's halftime show. I mean, it was a good show, whatever. But my expectations were so much higher. And I feel like they should have blended in so much more. But hey, it was better than the creepy-ass Weekends halftime show last year. That was some weird stuff with the Reds stomping around, trying to do subliminal messages to a video. And don't nobody care, Weekend. The Weekend. Don't nobody care. Weirdo. Weirdo. I don't know. But whatever. When we come back in just 1 second, I'm going to give my Pharrell Award to a running back that I like. It was my son's favorite running back growing up, so I hate doing this to him, but Pharrell, we'll be back in just a minute. Sponsored by Coke. Share it with Terrell. I'll be right back. Okay, my Pharrell Award. Welcome back. Adrian Peterson, what are you doing, dude? People forgot about you beating up your kid. I'm all about beating kids. Nobody wants to beat kids anymore. Beat your kid. Beat them. I don't care. Beat them. They ain't got the respect. Beat them kids. I mean, don't bloody him and stuff, you know. What I mean? Hey, you can put your paws on him for a minute. But what you doing, man? You on a plane. How you gonna grab your girl's hand and rip her ring off and all this and nothing was going on? Come on, man. What are you doing? You're Adrian Peterson. Please, stop. Stop joining teams. Stop. Just stop. You're messing your legacy up. Please stop. You're still going to be a Hall of Famer, but please don't be a fool going to the Hall of Fame. Just retire. Please, just retire. I love you, Adrian Peters. I respect you. I got a picture of my son with you in your poster when he was growing up with a Viking hat. Please just stop. Go away. Go away. All right, here we go. Getting into the free agency. Free agency. We're going to go down the list real quick. We're going to go down the list. First one, Devonta Adams, free agent. So what I'm going to do with these people, I'm going to say if they ain't going to stay, where they going to go? Devonta Adams, if he can't stay in Green Bay, I'm picking the Raiders. I'm with you, Drew. I'm picking the Raiders. I think that he could shine with the Raiders. He has rapport, and they have to upgrade, so they might throw the whole Brinks truck for him. They might. Why not? They got to have it. They got to have it. Mike Williams, if he can't stay, I think the Eagles might make a splash. The Eagles have to upgrade their wide receivers. But if not, watch out for Chicago and watch out for Cleveland. Jarvis Landry needs some help over there. Watch out for them three. Chris Godwin, if he's all about the money because he's got his ring now, he's going to Detroit to become a star. He sees what Jared Goff and them did with Cooper Kupp. Why can't you go in the slot and be Cooper Kupp? Chris Godwin, if you want the money, you're going to Detroit. If you're trying to win, go to the Cardinals. What are they going to do? The Cardinals can't keep nobody else. AJ Green, what you going to do with him? You know what I'm saying? Christian Kirk's a free agent. What you going to do? I say go to the Cardinals. Von Miller, if you can't stay with them Rams, where you going to go? Go ahead, go be a Cowboy. Hey, they got a team that can win. Go be a Cowboy. Where'd you go to school? Texas A&M. Finish your career there. Von Miller. Tyrann Mathieu. If you ain't going to stay with the Chiefs, go be a Ram because they need some back-end help big time. They need some back-end help big time. Mathieu. Rams. Him and Ramsey back there? Who knows? But that means you might have to give up something else. But if you let Von Miller go, then go ahead and do that. Odell Beckham, if you can't stay with them, where are you going to go? I mean, you might as well go to another quarterback that can use you, the Chiefs. Why not? Tyreek Hill can't stay healthy. You obviously ain't trusting Pringle or Robinson. And Hardman's not getting no kind of love because they're smart. Odell Beckham, go be a Chief. Allen Robinson, you're tired of being on scrubby teams. You were Jacksonville. You were with the Bears. You're tired of it. Go be a Cowboy. Go be a Cowboy. You ain't got to be the number one no more. You ain't got to be the number one. You got Cooper out there and CD. Go out there and be somebody out there and take Michael Gallup's spot. League minimum. You ain't going to ask for much money because you're trying to win at this point in your career. Randy Gregory. You can't be a Cowboy no more. Go be a Viking. You'll fit perfectly with the Vikings. In that division, you'll tear up and you'll make history with your sacks you'll get. Think about the quarterbacks you got. Jared Goff, Love, and who else? And Justin Fields, Gregory. Go be a Viking. Chandler Jones. You know that the Patriots are gonna try to get you, but I say go be a Chief. They're gonna pay you because they're not gonna keep the scrubs that they had that didn't perform in the playoffs this time. Go be a Chief, Chandler Jones, and then maybe you're gonna meet the Patriots in the playoffs. Jadeveon Clowney. Jadeveon Clowney still can play. He can still play. If he can't stay with Cleveland and stay again, he wants to contend. He wants to contend. If Von Miller's gone, hey, go be a Ram. League minimum. And you saw what Tampa Bay did when Tom Brady went there. They start snatching up these older people. They grab it. The Rams might do the same thing. Jadeveon Clowney to the Rams. Stephon Gilmore. You don't want to be a Panther. I don't care about that. You want something to prove now. You feel embarrassed that the Patriots let you go. Who needs corners? The Dallas Cowboys. You go be a Cowboy. Your name is back big time back there now. Gilmore's out there. Opposite Diggs. That could be interesting, yo. That could be interesting. DJ Chark. Get the hell out of there. DJ Chark. So go with a quarterback that made you popular. Go to the Eagles. The Eagles need a star wide receiver. I mean, they got Devonta Smith. The quarterback can't get it to him. But Gardner Minshew might. Gardner Minshew and DJ Chark, they got a rapport. Go ahead and go to the Eagles. Dalton Schultz. We saw what happened with Dallas. But they got a lot of mouths to feed in Dallas. Tons of them. You know where you can go, though? Where other people have been great at that position? The Titans. Go to the Titans and be their tight end. Tannehill needs a tight end to throw it to. Big time. You saw what happened when his tight end was gone. Now he's with the Patriots. Dalton Schultz, Titans. Mike Gesicki. Big, tall. He wants somebody to get him the ball. Accurate. Go be a Cowboy. Schultz leaves. Gallup's gone. They need a big body. CD's going to be across the middle, and Amari Cooper ain't huge. You put Mike Gesicki with Dallas, he's going to get the rock. Jameis Winston, you better get the hell out of New Orleans now. Go back and be a Buck. Say what you learned. Under Breeze, and go be a Buck. Christian Kirk, go with him. You don't know what's going on in Arizona. You don't want to stay there. Kyler Murray might not be there. What's going on? You go be a Buck. You understand the system. Jameis Winston goes back. You know your spot. You're taking Godwin's spot. You know what I'm saying? I think it would fit good there. Michael Gallup. You need a whole thing of scenery, yo. You need to be with a veteran that's going to appreciate you and not be outshadowed and intimidated by you. Go be a Charger. Go offside Keenan Allen. You got Herbert throwing you the ball. Herbert likes to gun the ball down the field. Gallup, you want that. Go be a Charger with Herbert, Michael Gallup. Teddy Bridgewater, you're obviously going to be a backup. Unless the Washington Scrubs take you as a starter. But I say, you know what I say? Where did you shine the best? You shine the best being a backup for Drew Brees. Go be a backup for Joe Burrow. If something happened with Joe Burrow, we saw the injuries that happened with him. Go be a backup there and look at the skill set you got around you. Or go compete to be the starter for the Saints. I mean, those fans loved you when you were there. Go compete for that job. Juju Smith, you should have went there last year when they had interest in you. Now they might take Antonio Brown. But if you can get in there, go ahead and get in there with the Ravens because Lamar needs somebody. I mean, he needs to learn how to throw first. But Lamar needs somebody. And why not? You'll be the number one. I think you'll overtake Hollywood Brown. Y'all got different kind of skill sets. Hollywood's going this way. You can do across the middle. You can do these things that made you famous in Pittsburgh before Deontay and them got there. I say go be a Raven. Gronk. We already saw what Gronk was talking about. He said, I'll go play with Joe Burrow. You put Gronk on that team? And the way he can block. See, people forget about how good Gronk can block. That's going to open up Joe Mixon if you give him the ball. If you put him in the game on the last two plays. And the last one I got is David Njoku. David Njoku's been trying to be a star for a long time. He's been trying to be a star. So go somewhere where they utilize the tight end. And they can't keep tight ends healthy. Go to Washington. They'd love to use the tight ends because there ain't no wide receivers out there with McLaurin. So go out there and try to be a star, Njoku. Go to Washington and be a star. So that's my free agency rapid fire at it. Let me know what y'all think about those. We're going to discuss those also on the Raw show. That was just my rapid fire. I couldn't go too deep into it because I know we're running late. We might not be able to get to the basketball to the Raw episode. I'm not sure. Because we still got to get to the QBs. Whether they're going to stay or go. So, let me pause for 1 second real quick. Grab a drink from my Rellism Sports Talk sports bottle. Check one more thing. And then we're going to talk about QBs on are they going to stay or are they going to go? Of course, the first quarterback we're going to talk about, Aaron Rodgers. Everybody thinks he's going to go. I think he's going to go. But what if they throw everything at him? Like, you can decide everything. I still think he's going to go. I still think he's gone. Think he's gone and think there's something he can do. Russell Wilson, I think he wanted to leave last year or the year before. I think he's going to go. I have no idea where these people are going to go. But I don't think they're going to be in the same team anymore. I hate to say this one, but Kyler Murray, I'm shocked by this. And the only thing I can hope for is that he goes to Washington. But honestly, and I even said it on one of the Raw shows, watching Kyler Murray makes me feel kind of weird because I hate pussies and I hate punk people. And I feel like he's always whining and complaining when things don't go right. And I remember saying it on one of the shows, and I was just like, and then hearing what people are saying about him, it just feels like a LeBron James kind of thing. Like, so Kyler Murray to me is, and I hate saying it, but I don't know, man. I'm sitting there like, me and Kyler Murray, we're down here now. I don't know. But I think he's going to be gone. Unless they do some making up, I think he'll be gone. Are you going to do a Ben Simmons, Harden trade? Superstar for superstar in the same division? Russell Wilson for Kyler Murray? You put Murray on the Seahawks. You put Wilson on the Cardinals. That might be a Harden Simmons trade. Same division. I don't know, man. David Carr. I think David Carr's earned his keep. I think McDaniels took that job knowing that Carr was there. Unless he thinks that Rodgers is coming. How crazy would that be? I hope not for Derek Carr, because Derek Carr has been getting slighted all the time. He gets dogged all the time. And because he's David Carr. That's why. Because you don't win, David Carr. And you built this brand new stadium and everything else in Las Vegas. You're in Vegas, David Carr. You better win. In that division, you better win. And can you win, David Carr? I think you're going to stay, but I think it's on a short leash. Ryan Tannehill, same difference. I think they're forced to keep Ryan Tannehill because of the money and the way the contracts line up. But do they want to keep him? Would they love to have somebody else? I think he's going to end up staying, though. But it might cost him the coach's job because you have to keep Ryan Tannehill. Sad to say. Kirk Cousins, new coach, new system. They want to make it like the Rams offense. Can Kirk Cousins do that? Is Kirk Cousins as good as Matthew Stafford? No. And we'll bring it up in Raw. And if anybody wants to debate that, then they're fools. Kirk Cousins. But Kirk Cousins can throw the ball. He's better than Jimmy Garoppolo. Yeah, I heard people saying that on the last episode of Raw. Yeah, he's better than that. And he's got weapons. I'd like to see it for 1 year. I ain't gonna lie. I'd like to see Kirk Cousins with the weapons with the new offensive mind. Because he's had a defensive coach for so long. I'd like to see that probably. And in that division, that's winnable. I mean, I like to see it. Carson Wentz, I think you're done. And I even heard a rumor that he might not even be a starting quarterback next year. Wow, have the mighty have fallen. Carson Wentz. He'll be Washington's quarterback. Watch. What? Shit, I'll take him. I'll take Carson Wentz. I will, though, because that's what sucks about Washington. Pisses me off. Baker, I think Baker's going to be there. I hope Baker comes out ready to do something this year. If seeing OBJ win a Super Bowl don't fire you up, I don't know what else can. Johnny Manziel Jr., part 2. What? I don't know. But you better come through this year or else you're done. Heineke. Is he going to be what? You better not be. Or you better be a backup. Tired of him, too. Tired of everybody talking about he's this and this. He's not. He's not. Go back to your grocery store working days, Kurt Warner number 2. I don't care. No. Jameis Winston, we already talked about you. You better go back to the Bucks. Don't stay there where you're at. Hey, I'll take you in Washington, too. Or would he go to the Cardinals? With D-Hop? Is anybody going to stay for the Panthers? Is anybody going to stay there? Is Cam Newton going to stay there? Or is he going to Cleveland, Chris? And Sam Darnold, still seeing ghosts. What are you going to make him either one of them? Can Cam deal with being a backup? Darnold will have to, because I can't see him being a starter. Can he be a starter? Who's going to be a starter? I'm going to put this out here right now for the Raw show. Sam Darnold, Heineke, Carson Wentz, or Daniel Jones. If you had to pick one to be a starter, which one would it be? That's going to be tough. And then last but not least, Tom Brady. Is he going to stay retired or is he coming back? Because it keeps on coming back. He keeps on putting it out there in the news. I'm going to tell you what I think it is. I think Tom Brady is a prima donna. I love Tom Brady. But I think when the whole retirement thing came out, he didn't get all the hoopla like he thought he was going to get, like the Brett Favre love. Because the investigation, this lawsuit came out. So they kind of watered down his whole thing. Then he was like, I'm retired. No, I'm not retired. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. But nobody cared because the lawsuit was out. So now he's still spreading it out, trying to get out there. You ain't coming back. Giselle ain't letting you back. Once you had one foot out the door, she was like, nah, bro. You done. You done. So I think that's what it is. We're going to talk about it on the Raw show. Y'all send me comments. Let me know what you think about what I said about the quarterbacks, about the free agencies, about the Super Bowl. Any kind of comments. Let me know, man. Appreciate it. This is Rellism Sports Talk, episode 71. I don't do much, but just talk sports. Debate with you guys. Come on. I don't do much. Yeah. Matthew Stafford got that chip. Let's go. Rellism Sports Talk podcast, YouTube. Subscribe. Spread the word. Facebook. Merchandise. Let's go.